Your phone's silent, your inbox is empty, and you're wondering where the next job is coming from. Sound familiar? You're listening to Success Unleashed, where we show contractors how to grow a 7 or 8-figure business. My name is Garrett Bake, and I've helped over 1,000 contractors and trade business owners just like you with the people, processes, and plan in place to create ultimate freedom. Welcome to the show. I want you to imagine for a second that I'm talking directly to you. You're a trade business owner or a contractor, and you're super proud of this job that you just finished. It took a little bit of time, but you got it done. You step back, you shake the homeowner's hand, and you walk away. And as you're walking to the truck, this painful feeling starts to set in your gut because you realize that there is nothing else on your calendar. Now, it's a sinking feeling. It's a horrible feeling. Sometimes it stresses you out. But at the end of the day, you and I both know the reason why that feeling happens. And it's simply because you don't pay attention to your marketing. At some point, you decided that referrals were going to be enough. At some point, you decided that waiting by the phone was going to help you grow your business. Now, some of you have been able to grow, at least to a certain level, based on referrals. But the truth is, unless you've been in the game 20 years and you've already been working on your marketing with your referral partners, that's not you. I get it. Depending on referrals or word of mouth marketing, it feels safe. I'm not having to sell anybody. I don't feel icky and dirty and like I'm trying to scam somebody. But when slow seasons hit or sales dry up, where does it leave you? You guessed it, up a creek. And there's no worse feeling than knowing that you have no jobs on the calendar. And what does that mean? Ultimately to you, no leads means no revenue. Because if you don't have people who are interested in your product or services, that means you don't have opportunities to sell. And if you don't have opportunities to sell, you don't have any jobs. And you guessed it, no jobs equals no money. But worse than that, where does it lead you? It leads you to saying, oh, I'm going to say yes to the next thing that pops in, even though it's probably a bad client, a PITA, a pain in the ass that you don't want to work with, even though you're probably not going to make the amount of money that you need, or even worse, you're going to lose money. But just say yes because you're desperate, right? Desperation causes us to do stupid things. How many times have you found yourself in that position? In fact, are you in that position right now? Bank account's starting to run dry, you're dipping into savings, and more than anything, you just are hoping and praying that things are going to work out. Now, I want you to imagine the opposite. What if you had a steady stream of high quality leads, even in the off season? What if you had a way that consistently and predictably brought you the work that you were looking for in a way that allowed you to grow? The truth is, not all leads are created equal. The truth is also, if you're not marketing, it's just a matter of time before your business dries up and the doors close. But what if you could have those consistent leads? What if you could become the go-to in your neighborhood, in your city, in your area, in your region, county, whatever it is? You can make that happen. But it's going to require good old-fashioned roll up your sleeves and, you guessed it, work. Hard work. So what do you need to do? Well, it kind of depends on where your business is at. So I'm going to give you a couple of different scenarios. If you're just starting out, don't go out and spend thousands of dollars on a website, on your Google business profile, on Facebook ads, on SEO, on Angie's List. Don't go do all that stuff, okay? You need to start simple. Now, what I always tell people is until you've got a system that you've proven that works, don't go pay for marketing. Because all marketing is going to do is expose your problems, right? The issues that you already have. A lot of people are like, oh, I'm advertising on Instagram, or I'm doing Google ads, or I'm doing SEO. I'm like, great, how's that working for you? They're like, well, last month, I invested $5,000 and I didn't get any leads. Is that Facebook's problem or Google's problem? No, that's your problem because you don't know who you're marketing to. So if we're going to start simple, the first thing that you need to identify are two things. The first is who. Who is it that you want to work with? Now, it sounds very simple, right? I'm a painter. I work with people who need paint. What about commercial residential? All of them. Industrial? All of them. Apartment complexes? All of them. Basements? Yes. Bathrooms? Right? You're saying yes to everything. People don't know who you are, right? You don't separate yourself from anyone or anything. And therefore, nobody wants to use you. The first thing you got to get clear on then is who. Who is it that you want to do work with and for? Let's break this down and make it super simple. Let's say you're a painter. The first thing I would pick would be residential or commercial, not end. There is no end in there. There is no A&D. It's a residential or it's a commercial when you're starting out. Why? Because you want to be able to specialize. The message that you give to the market is going to be different. If you're working residential, you're going to focus on two types of people. The first are going to be homeowners, and the second are going to be GCs or remodelers that work with homeowners. Okay? So let's break down this marketing plan a little deeper. Let's say you're residential. Let's say you're working with GCs or remodelers and homeowners. Even within residential, you're going to have a different way of approaching the GCs and the remodelers and the homeowners. Okay? GCs, the first thing you have to identify is their pain point, their problem. Why would they want to call you in the first place? Well, let's think about the problems that a trade business owner brings, more specifically a painter. Number one, communication. I hear this every single day, over and over and over again, right? Literally, I'm trying to get my desktop replaced. I've already paid the money to get the desktop replaced. It's been 30 days and I still don't have a new desktop. Guess who's reaching out to who about the delays? That's right, it's me to the contractor. Do you see a problem with that? How can I recommend somebody if I don't trust them, if I don't like them, if they can't produce the thing that they said that they were going to produce, the product or service that I paid for? Okay, so number one is communication. Number two, do what you said you're going to do. If you say, I'm going to show up on Thursday and we're going to paint that wall, then show up on Thursday and paint the wall. It's not more complicated than that. So communication, doing what you said you're going to do. Okay? Those two things will separate you from 80 to 90% of the contractors out there. So back to the scenario, GCs and remodelers, right? How do you separate yourself? You become that guy. Okay? You're going to have to approach them. And how should you approach them? Well, guess what? Good old-fashioned hard work. Roll up the sleeves. Go to the job site. Go to their office. Invite them to breakfast or lunch or dinner or coffee or something in between. Take them golfing, right? Build relationships with those people. Because this is what I'll tell you from my experience, okay? Not only my experience working with hundreds of contractors, but my experience working as a commercial contractor, okay? The people who show up consistently get consistent work. Wow, that's a difficult concept to understand. So let me repeat it. The people who show up consistently get consistent work, right? Do what you said you're going to do, communicate clearly, and you will get work, period. Now, let's just say you're a painter again, and you're trying to get into this specific GC. Well, you may or may not be able to, but I will tell you that if he has a good painter, it's going to be really difficult. I'll also tell you that you can very much position yourself as a backup just in case he gets too busy or he doesn't show up or he can't do the work if you build a relationship with that person. Make sense? Okay, let's transition now to homeowners. Well, you're probably not going to go knocking on every door because truth is, majority of people, I should say, don't like door knockers. They don't like to be bothered. So how do you get in front of homeowners who need paint, right? Who want to refresh, who want to repaint, who don't like a color, whatever the thing is. How do you get in front of them? Well, you have to figure out who already has access to those people. It's 2025. Everybody is online, even your grandma, okay? So where do they hang out? Probably in next door groups or Facebook groups, or they have the same interest as other people, right? Find the people who already have access to these people. Again, that's one option online. The second thing, everybody is going to use a realtor to buy or sell their home. A really good realtor maintains contact with people who they've helped buy or sell a home. So if anybody in their network asks for a painter, they will refer the painter who has a relationship with that realtor. Does this make sense? Residential or commercial, the objective is the same. Build relationships, okay? You want referrals? Build relationships. You want more jobs? Build relationships. That's your job, okay? Commercial, it's going to be no different. Who's doing the commercial jobs? How do I build a relationship with them? So if you want a steady stream of high quality leads, yes, you can go spend tens of thousands of dollars on Facebook and try and figure it out. Good luck. If you just want to give me your money, I will take it because it's going to accomplish the same purpose. You're going to lose it. Or you go learn how to market the right way. I'm going to build relationships with people. I'm going to communicate clearly. I'm going to show up and do the work that I said I was going to do. And I guarantee you that you will build your business. Marketing is not any more complicated than getting people's attention and keeping it. Your ability to do that will dictate whether you have success or not this year. All right, you know what time it is. It's time for you to get after it. 3, 2, 1, off you go. If you're serious about growing your contracting business, and let's be real, if you made it to the end of this episode, you are. We've got a free community built just for you. Inside, you'll get access to exclusive courses, live coaching calls, and in-person events that will give you the tools to scale with confidence. Click the link below to join us, and I'll see you on the inside.